way he actually oppresses his people. So this is new, and this is also a wild card that even the Libyan people did not anticipate, don't know how to deal with. So the hope now is the military, some of whom has already turned against the mercenaries and against the regime, that those people would realize that they are aligning with a dictator, that they need to align with the people in Libya.
Is there any chance that he would go on national television, address the people, address what is going on instead of ignoring it? Or when I say ignoring it, I mean publicly ignoring it, because we haven't seen his face very much.
Gaddafi is a very arrogant individual. He suffers from this grandeur image of himself. He is not likely to go anywhere publicly to admit that he has made any mistake.
Well, no, not admit mistake, but at least address the people and acknowledge what's going on in the country. Everyone else is acknowledging it.
He's in total denial today, so he's living in a lie that everything is copacetic, everything is good, that he has thousands of his devoted followers that cheer him on and so on. He's denying the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of people on the streets of Libya, in every single city in Libya today. He's denying the fact that there are hundreds of people who have died already in Libya, in every single city in Libya. There are martyrs today. So he is in total denial. And it is not likely that he is going to come out. What would he say? The fact is, he keeps continuing to say that he is not responsible for anything, that he doesn't hold a position, and so on and so forth. And there are people in Libya, the closest circle that are around him, that continue to feed him this nonsense, and he continues to believe it.
Does he have supporters, though? You talked about he thinks he's got hundreds of adoring or thousands of adoring supporters. He must have some support.
He has supporters. Are they hundreds of thousands? No, I don't think so. There is a closed, a very small circle of people who are opportunists, if you will. He has 7 sons that are ruling the country today, that have looted the country also. And he has a brother-in-law who is just as brutal, Abdullah Sanusi. He was personally involved in massacring the 1,200 people in the Buslim prison. So he has some people that they know that it is their livelihood depends on his remaining in power. Beyond that circle, you don't find people who are devoted or believe in what he says.
Ibrahim, stay with me and have a listen to this as well, because we have got, I believe, on the line a protester who is outside a courthouse in Benghazi. He's an academic at one of the universities, not going to name him for his own safety. So we're going to call him Ahmed. Ahmed, you're outside the courthouse. What are you seeing today there?
Yes. Hello?
Hi, Ahmed. What are you seeing outside the courthouse today?
Okay, people are gathering and the crowds are increasing rapidly and waiting for the noon prayer, and then to take the marchers of yesterday's massacre, taking to the funeral processions, and the funeral processions will be broadcast in live stream.
Do you see, Ahmed, do you see the security forces?
17 facts.
Do you see the security forces around, the police or the army? Do you see them there?
No security forces, no arms, no army forces, not whatsoever in the whole city of Benghazi, only around the Birka barracks in Benghazi. But the other parts, there's no military forces, there's no security forces.
But do you expect them to come back out again? Are people fearful they will come back out again?
I don't think so, because they are retreating now. The people are controlling the streets right now. But yesterday we had something of, we can call it a crime against humanity, what's going on in Libya right now, in Benghazi and other parts of Libya. But I can talk only about Benghazi because I live in Benghazi and I'm an eyewitness of what's going on. People facing with their bare arms and bare chest shooters and gunfire. They are fired at by anti-aircraft guns, what they call 14.5 caliber, and they are shot at the head at the chest. They are aimed to kill, not to injure or not to prevent them from restoration. The people are just asking for the basic rights that is guaranteed by the human rights covenants and charters of international law. They are asking to have they get together peacefully. They are asking for the right to free speech. They are asking for the right to form independent civil society organization, and they were faced with and called for and then warranted, and that I can't force, that I can't comprehend, or nobody can comprehend.
Okay, Ahmed, thank you. Thank you for that. That was Ahmed, who, not his real name, but a resident and an academic in Benghazi, telling us about what's going on. Ibrahim Jibril still with me in the studio. You heard what he was saying there, and what struck me with what so many of these protesters are saying, it's about rights. They're not necessarily saying regime change, but they're saying, look, we just want the basic right to come out and protest and ask for what we deserve as citizens of any country.
Correct. The nature of the regime is that there is no, people in Libya have no rights. They have not had any rights for a long time. The theme that you hear recurring is that there have been funeral processions Friday, Saturday, and today, Sunday, in Benghazi, as well as in other cities in Libya. And then, at least in the last 2 days, people were fired on as they marched in funeral processions in Benghazi. What is important, what I would like to emphasize and to impress upon at least the world community, is that the best that we have heard so far is for people to all sides, this cliche of all parties to exercise restraint. I am sick and tired of hearing the world tell us to exercise restraint. We have nothing in our hands in Libya. We have bare chests, and we are being fired at, and our people are getting killed every day, the last few days, by the hundreds. The Human Rights Watch that says 84.
104 they're saying, yeah.
This is yesterday alone, the counts that we are getting from inside Libya exceed the 200, 250 people. So when we get told to exercise restraint, I don't know whom they're talking to. The world community needs to stand up and to say enough of this massacre, and not to wait until thousands of people have died in Libya, only then to come in and say this is wrong. Now is the time to act on it.
Libyan political activist Ibrahim Jibril joining me here in the studio. Thank you for that.
Pleasure.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Now, you'll remember the Egyptian government blocked AlJazeera's broadcast signal during the uprising there. It looks like the Libyan government's doing the same thing right across the Arabsat network. This is both AlJazeera English and our sister channel AlJazeera Arabic blocked. However, you can still watch us on the Nilesat network at this frequency. Also, the Hotbird network is on these ones. We will bring these up later if you want to catch them again. Our sister channel, AlJazeera Arabic, broadcasts these signals on Nilesat and on Hotbird. These are the settings you need. A lot of information to take in there, but watch the ticker, watch the orange ticker at the bottom of the screen. You can catch those frequencies on there again if you're having trouble viewing either AlJazeera